situation get worse, the market is not likely to rally. No, this is not a market forecast. It is an investor alert. Watch out. If we have years of go-nowhere markets, it'll be much harder to grow our retirement savings. We will all take a hit. Look who's here now. David Strzeżewski. He is the CEO of the Sound Planning Group. Aptly named, I would say. David, should we be planning for a flat market for years to come?
Stuart, it is always great to be with you, and I could not agree with your statement more. Yes, I think Robert Shiller's data actually, which gives us the CAPE ratio and tells us that we're overvalued by about 28% right now, that would indicate that based on the last more than 120 years worth of data, that we are going to see negative returns on equity markets over the next 10 years to maybe something slightly positive. In the low digits there, single digits. But who knows ultimately what's going to happen? I think that we need to have eyes on this midterm election, eyes on earnings that are coming out here, bank earnings over the next 3 weeks. Really critical to understand what's taking place even in our mortgage environment right now. I don't think that we've seen the full repercussions of that yet.
So where'd you put your money? I mean, we've got a lot of viewers who are saying, look, in our 60s and 70s, if we get a protracted period where the market goes nowhere, where do they put their money?
You've asked the question, but you framed it correctly. Based upon your age and what you need to be able to accomplish, there's different strategies. So we like to have more of a tactical approach to things right now. So I've got a portfolio as an example that's shorting the market. It's also long in a couple of areas, including metals and some different things. But I think that there's not an easy answer for this. The answer is we have more of a sideways market going forward into the future. And again, ultimately, how does the Fed handle this? How do we dance with these new challenges that are going to be coming up? How does the Biden administration respond? Do we get a Republican, Senate House here in November? And that really tends to bring some of the changes on the supply side. And we're not just affecting only the demand that the Federal Reserve do, and essentially destroying our ability to trade things.
Tell me what you're staying away from.
We put our cash, the treasuries look good. Okay, so staying away right now from things that seem to be overvalued. We've come from what we believe to be a bubble because we've had so much cash and liquidity in our system. So markets have been high. So I don't think that PE ratios have been accurate. So growth stocks that have not come down yet, guess what? I think that we got more of a downside coming. I do think that we've got a lot more downside coming as well with areas that seem to be even stable today. So to quote Warren Buffett, all ships rise when the tide comes in, but when the tide goes out, you find out who's really swimming naked. Well, everything is kind of coming back and retracting right now. We'll see ultimately what's up and what's down.
You're killing me, David. My retirement depends upon Microsoft. And if you're forecasting Microsoft goes down, ouch, you'll never be back on this program. Now, that's a joke. That is a joke. David, you tell it straight, and we appreciate that. Thanks very much for joining us. Okay. By the way,